Like, how do you adjust that
Lovely.
for different audiences? What's the process for that?
Well, actually, this is a really good question. And I think it happens to us all the time.
Right.
And we usually start by building the core story that captures the client's main message or value, that acts as a foundation.
Yeah.
From there, we adapt it on who we're speaking to. So, for example, if it's business press, the story needs to focus on the bigger picture in terms of how the client's making an impact on the industry. And I'll give you an example. One of our clients provides security offerings, and we were able to talk to a business publication read by CEOs, CIOs, on how to manage cybersecurity attacks and having a crisis strategy in place.
Right.
Now, this tackles it from a CEO level. But if it has to be on a techie level, you can lean more into the detail of the technology. So, for example, we then, for the technology side, leaned into how that technology works, what makes that technology different,
Right.
that kind of thing. But either way, I think you have to you're asking yourself throughout, why does this matter to their audience?
Sure.
And I think you can, once you kind of brainstorm that session, it kind of shapes everything.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, how do you not lose like the point of the story along the way? So if you've got to customize it, to use
Yeah.
your example, you've customized it for the CIO, you've customized it for a business audience, maybe you've had to speak to the investors as well. So along that journey, you're simplifying things depending on the
Yeah.
audience. And then I guess there's a risk that somewhere you lose the point or the hard facts along the journey. Like how do you keep on top of that?
Look, it's definitely a balancing act. But what we try to do is keep the key facts. Remove any of the fluff or very deep dive techie jargon,
Right.
as we always need to focus on the reader and how they can digest that information. And we've got to think they're not going to know that part of the technology. So, we've got to take those things out. But we also don't shy away from asking our clients to check whether we've kept the essence of what the message they're trying to say.
Right.
Um, and even within TechComms, we have such a rigorous approval process where the copy goes through like two or three people.
Right.
And that's even before it goes to the client.
Right.
So, because everybody has a version of that message in their head, that techie message and we don't want to simplify it so much that it loses that essence. So we make sure there's so many layers to it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, we don't shy away from asking our clients, did we get that right, but relay it in a digestible way?